This judge has went completely unhinged. D.C. Judge Beryl Howell, who is assisting Jack Smith in his political assassinate Donald Trump, goes on toxic Trump-hating rant in public speech. How is this even legal? Keep your political views to yourself when you put that robe on. Take a listen at a couple of these videos.
Jack Smith's request to compile data on Trump supporters. The story on her gets worse and worse. Judge Beryl Howell, who spearheaded the judiciary's response to January 6th, reportedly warned in a speech last night that the country is creeping toward authoritarianism. According to Politico, she said January 6th was based on the big lie, sounds like MSNBC, and quoted a Boston College historian who said big lies are springboards for authoritarians. Now, how can President Trump expect to receive a fair trial here? Of course he can't. And why should this rank partisan be allowed to oversee any aspect of any case involving anyone in Trump world? So what are the remedies here for Trump and others? Joining me now, Fox News contributor of the Article 3 Project. Now, Mike, let's start with you. To be fair, this is nothing new for Judge Howell. She has a history of using charged language when speaking about January 6th. She once referred to the protest as about the most fascistic thing she'd ever seen, and saying it was more like a mob that was like the Nazis and the fascists that day. Mike, what's the recourse for the Trump team here?
Yeah, that's a very good question. She is a highly partisan actor. She's an Obama judge. She used to work as a Democrat staffer on the Senate Judiciary Committee for the chairman, Patrick Leahy. She was a former federal prosecutor with Loretta Lynch and Andrew Weissman. She co-authored a legal paper with Andrew Weissman from the Mueller probe. She supervised the Mueller probe. She's been the harshest sentencer of January 6th defendants. She even pressured the DOJ to sentence them more harshly. She seized a congressman's phone, which was overturned by the D.C. Circuit. She made Trump's attorneys turn over attorney-client privilege records and didn't give them time to appeal before she made them turn them over. And now she's going after Twitter with an illegal warrant with Jack Smith to get all these records that the government is not entitled to have. She is a left-wing activist.
Saul, this is why Justice Scalia believe that these roving independent special prosecutors were constitutionally problematic, correct? There's no oversight, there's no real accountability here, but is there any recourse at all for the Trump team given these comments made by her and some of the previous comments about how Trump's a flight risk and all these other ridiculous comments she's made?
There's very little recourse when you realize that they're within the D.C. U.S. District Court system. I can't stress enough, Laura, how dangerous this is. The independent judiciary is the crown jewel of the American system, and when a judge can't shed his or her political role, it does tremendous damage to that. I clerked for a judge on the Second Circuit, J. Daniel Mahoney. He was co-founder of the New York State Conservative Party that got Al D'Amato elected and James Buckley elected. But when he went on the Second Circuit, that ended. He never gave a speech of any kind that was in any way political. You have to realize this when you put on the robe. She's made a number of very, what I consider, inappropriate comments. And I think just bringing it to the public's attention, public shaming, filing any motion that you can is the most realistic recourse you have right now.
Now, Mike, Politico